The slow burn. That is how it feels, isn't it? A steady, insidious drain on your very spirit. You sit in the room. A meeting, a dinner, perhaps a quiet corner of your own mind. And you watch. You watch as the mouth moves, forming sounds, building structures of pure, unassailable nonsense. This is not ignorance you can cure. This is a fortress. You feel the pressure behind your eyes, the quiet rage coiling in your gut. That familiar, suffocating ache. You've been there countless times. You map the logical flaws, dissect the fallacies, prepare the scalpel of reason. You believe you can cut through the noise. You lay out the truth, meticulously, perfectly. You expect clarity to dawn. You expect recognition. Instead, you get a blank stare. A blink. And then, a defiant, unwavering doubling down on the same old lie. You leave depleted, hollowed out. You question your own sanity, your own perception. Why? Because you walked into a trap. Your greatest asset became your greatest liability. Asterisk. You think your mind is a gift. It is. But when aimed at a mind that refuses to see, it becomes a mirror. It shows you nothing but your own reflection, your own futile effort. This is the intelligence trap. You project your own operating system onto a machine that cannot run it. You operate under a fatal delusion that truth is the currency of every exchange. That logic will always win. Arthur Schopenhauer, a man who saw the human animal with brutal clarity, knew this was a lie. He despised this naive optimism. People do not argue to find the truth. They argue to establish dominance. To maintain their position. You are attempting a chess match against a pigeon. It will knock over the pieces, shit on the board, and strut around like it won. What you feel, that silent screaming frustration, is the cost of this delusion. It is the cost of speaking mathematics to a barking dog. They are not trying to understand you. Asterisk. Psychology has a name for this confident ineptitude: the Dunning-Krueger effect. Those with the least ability often possess the greatest, most hallucinatory confidence. But knowing the name of the cage doesn't free you from it. Ignorance is not passive. It is an active, heavily armored defense. Introduce logic to a fool, and they do not see an opportunity to learn. They see a threat, a knife pointed at their ego. And the human ego? That ravenous beast will burn down every bridge, every village, before it ever admits it was wrong. Daniel Kahneman, in Thinking, Fast and Slow, showed us the two systems of the mind. System 1. Fast, emotional, instinctual. System 2. Slow, deliberate, logical. Stupid people are prisoners of System 1. They live there. They feel an emotion, attach a fast opinion to it, and call it fact. You, the intelligent one, attempt to engage their System 2. You offer nuance. You offer data. It's a translation error of cosmic proportions. You are speaking Latin to a stone. Worse, you are doing all the work. You are spending immense caloric energy crafting perfectly reasoned arguments. They are spending zero energy simply refusing to accept them. They drain you not by outsmarting you, but by outlasting you. They drag you down into the mud of their own cognitive limitations. And you let them. Schopenhauer realized this 2 centuries ago. Truth has absolutely no currency in a debate with a fool. So, what do? If logic is a trap and reason is a surrender, how do you win? You do not fight them. You weaponize their own momentum. Schopenhauer understood that the intellect is a servant to the will. The will, that blind, irrational, emotional drive, always wins. When you argue with a fool, you provide them with precisely what they crave: friction. Friction makes them feel important. Your frustration proves to them that they matter. Every time you counter their point, you legitimizes their delusion. You whisper, your idea is worthy of my time, my anger, my energy. This is the blood price you pay. Asterisk. To break a fool, you must deny them friction. You must make them irrelevant. How? By using Schopenhauer's most savage strategy. You do not disagree with them. You agree with them, but you agree with them so completely, so violently, that you push their argument into the realm of pure absurdity. In philosophy, this is reductio ad absurdum. In dark psychology, it is simply handing a man enough rope to hang himself. Imagine a colleague who insists that all modern art is a scam. Anyone could paint a masterpiece, they say. It's all a con. Your instinct screams to argue, to defend technique, to explain abstract expression, to reference history. Stop, lean in, nod slowly, deliberately. A quiet smile plays on your lips. You are entirely right, you say. In fact, since it is so easy, we should quit our jobs today. Right now, this afternoon, we will buy some paint. You can do the canvases. I will find the gallery. We will be millionaires by Friday. Why are we even sitting in this office? Watch their eyes. You have not attacked them. You have not contradicted them. You have completely validated their premise. But you have accelerated it to its logical, catastrophic conclusion. The fool operates on the surface. They never think 3 steps ahead. Their vision is limited, shallow. When you force them to look at the destination of their own thought process, their brain short-circuits. They have to backpedal. They have to inject nuance where there was none. They have to suddenly start arguing against themselves to save face. To avoid the mirror you hold up to their own foolishness. You did not defeat them with your logic. You defeated them with their own stupidity. Schopenhauer employed this mercilessly against his academic rivals. He did not engage in polite discourse with people he considered charlatans. He did not treat their ideas as equals. He magnified their flaws until those flaws became comical. A grotesque parody. When you master this, you protect your own energy. You step out of the ring. You become the observer, watching a child trip over their own shoelaces. You have disarmed them without ever giving them the gift of your truth. Without ever truly acknowledging their existence as a worthy opponent. But this requires a terrifying shift in your own psychology. You must kill the part of your ego that desperately wants to be recognized as right. Intelligent people are addicted to being correct. They are addicted to the validation that comes from being seen as rational, as insightful. Let that addiction die. It is a leash around your neck, a chain connecting you to the fools you despise. The greatest power is the power to detach. Asterisk. You must sever the tie between your internal knowing and external validation. The truth doesn't need applause. It simply is. This reframe isn't about teaching. It's about survival. It's about preserving your energy, your sanity, your very will to engage with the world on your own terms. It's about understanding that some battles are won not by fighting, but by a strategic, chilling withdrawal. By allowing the enemy to collapse under the weight of their own foolishness. Are you willing to pay the price? The price of abandoning your need to be right, in public, at all costs? The price of letting the fool believe they have won a meaningless exchange, while you walk away with your spirit intact? This is not a game for the faint of heart. It is a surgical strike on the ego, both theirs and your own. Here is your challenge, a 7-day experiment. 1. For the next 7 days, identify one person in your life whose opinions consistently drain you. This could be a colleague, a family member, or even a public figure you encounter digitally. 2. Whenever this person expresses an idea you find illogical, absurd, or frustrating, do not argue. Do not correct. Do not even offer a counterpoint. 3. Instead, nod, smile faintly, and then, agree with their premise so wholeheartedly that you push it to an extreme, exaggerated conclusion. Take their idea and sprint with it over the nearest cliff. 4. For example, if they say, "The sky is clearly green today," do not say, "No, it's blue." Say, "Yes, absolutely green. In fact, it's so green, I'm starting to worry all the trees will disappear into it." leaving us with nothing but a giant, empty green canvas overhead. It's terrifying, really. 5. Observe their reaction. Notice the shift in their demeanor as they are forced to confront the extreme implications of their own baseless statement. 6. Pay close attention to your own internal state. Notice how much energy you conserve by not engaging in the usual futile battle. Feel the release. 7. At the end of 7 days, reflect on the power you reclaimed. The quiet, hidden power of refusal. The power of letting fools trip over themselves. The world runs on hidden rules. And sometimes, the most dangerous rule of all is knowing when to let the puppet strings go slack and watch the show collapse.